I'm here at Hungry Hollow for a fossil collecting trip. In the middle of fall, you can see the beautiful fall colors behind me. But yeah, just digging around, looking for stuff. It's, we've had some good rain, so everything's nice and wet and exposed. It also means everything's nice and slippery, so I gotta be careful. But I've already been finding some nice button corals. Actually, I'll show you some of the button corals I've been finding. Now, right now they're pretty dirty. They have actually kind of started sandwiched together like Oreos because I haven't cleaned them off, so the clay is having them stick. But I'm gonna just kind of walk along this ridge line and just follow that way, because this ridge line, actually in this spot over here, last time I was here, I'll put a link in the description to that video. I found some a really nice rare crinoid calyx, which is like the head of the crinoid in this general area. So hopefully I can have some good luck this time around too, and I'll show you guys if I find anything interesting. So I've got a couple interesting finds. You can see there that's a little less common brachiopod. I'll try and put up the name once I have it, because I don't remember what it's called. I just recognize it off the pictures from a database. And I've got some kind of, I think, a gastropod. It's nice and pyretized. And I have some other stuff that's kind of dirty and stuff. And then somebody came here, a collector from Windsor, and he brought some interesting stuff. I got some amygdaloidal basalt with some type of white mineral in it. I'll have to try and figure out what it was. And then a nice pudding stone. Check that out. It's got some nice jasper bits in there. So, pretty cool. I'll try and... It's hard. A lot of this stuff is very muddy because it just got rained on. So it's hard to try and show you guys in the moment because it's barely recognizable on the phone anyway. So, I'll get back to you guys if I find something really awesome. I came across a couple very nice plates of tentaculates. Now, let's get a closer look at these tentaculates so you guys can see. They're these little tiny, kind of like cone-shaped, ribbed little fossils. Don't know exactly what they are or what we could maybe compare them to in modern times, so maybe I'll try and put a blurb here about what tentaculates are, but I found a good amount. And another plate over here. So that's pretty cool. Usually they just come singular, like these broken off guys. So I'm pretty happy with this find. So this is the type of material I'm looking at right now. And recently somebody actually found a pretty large trilobite, a big roller, kind of up in this upper layer. And I was just picking through and found just a little tail section. Nothing crazy, but still trilobite, so that's cool. So I've been picking around through here, and then what I found was a piece of a crinoid calyx, and then the trip leader, he found two more. And you can see, so these would have been like the little plate sections of a calyx, and the big one on top and then the smaller squished one on the bottom, those are from two different species. Now, I'm not good with species names, so I'll probably have to throw like the top name on the top and then the bottom plate, the name for that one on the bottom, so that you guys know which ones it is. But you can see they have some very cool structures. Now the one I found isn't really clean, so I'll have to clean it up, but it should look like the one on top because it's from the same type of species of crinoid. So it's the end of the trip. Thought I'd show you the nice fall foliage before we leave, and I thought I'd show you this guy. You can see there's a large trilobite head there. I don't know if there's more of it, but who knows, maybe in the future I can clean this guy up and see if there's more of them in there. But yeah, it was a fun day, a beautiful day. The weather was a bit nippy, but the sun helped. But yeah, all in general, a fun day at Hungry Hollow. So here are some of the horn coral specimens I found, the ones I took home. I was a lot more pickier than the last time I was at Hungry Hollow. I picked ones that had intact cups and weren't really damaged on the sides and had their feet intact. So this little thing is the foot, where it would have been attached to like the reef itself. Same here, the foot is a little damaged, but it was close enough. It was nice and clean and undamaged on the sides. And then these guys are smaller ones. This one's interesting because it's got some other type of coral or maybe bryozoan on top of there. And then this small guy as well. Here are some other interesting coral things, or maybe bryozoans. I think this one's a tiny little bryozoan. Little interesting guy, but he was fully intact, so I decided to take him home. But you got some interesting little guys. Don't know if they're corals or if they're bryozoans. The names will be showing up for these, so you'll know what these are, hopefully. Unless if there's no name, then that means I'm stumped and the people I asked for help couldn't figure it out. This one was interesting. It's got tubes. Maybe it's not even a coral and it's something else. You'll know because in post-production I'll be able to get the names and edit the video and get all that stuff together for this. Didn't find any whole crinoid calyxes, but I did find one myself, and then I was gifted multiple. These two were by my friend Tony, and this one was by my friend Peter. This one's a large one inside the matrix. That would have been a huge calyx if it had been whole. These are all from the same species, and then this one's from a different one. I kind of showed already before what these were and what species they were part of. So here are some of the brachiopods I decided to take home. This one of the more common ones. This one I have to fix because you can see it's loose, but it's double-sided. But part of this side is much more well preserved because it's mostly in the matrix still. Got this small guy, which I believe is the same species as this guy, but I could be wrong. This is or at least I think is a more uncommon one, so I took that home even though it's covered in the matrix. And then I've got this small guy. Tiny little guy. But interesting brachiopods. So here are the two tentaculite plates that I took home. I gave a couple away to other collectors, some newer collectors, because they're such cool fossils. This is probably one of my favorite finds of this trip. Nice plate of large plate, well, large for the pit plate of tentaculites. And a smaller one up here. Maybe I'll give that or trade that with somebody in the future. But I love these little guys. They're very cool. Usually they are found individually, so it's nice when you can find them kind of in a clump together. Here are the button corals that I found. These two are probably the largest that I've ever found, so that was pretty cool. These are some nice ones. It's funny, the name for them, like the scientific name, which will be up there, if I remember correctly, the reason they're named like that is they kind of look like bicycle wheels. I think it's like microcyclists or something like that, and it kind of looks like a spoked wheel. So that's a little interesting tidbit, fun fact about these fossils. But these are tiny little round flat corals. Then I have these two guys. Smaller guy is a little tiny trilobite head. You can see the two eyes on either side. This would probably be the Eldergops rana, I believe. And then I've got a larger, partially exposed one. I don't know if there's more of him going on here because he's pretty buried in there, so I don't know if there's more of him in there. Maybe this would be an interesting one to talk to my friend Tony about, because he's good at prepping fossils, so maybe I could talk with him about prepping this one for me. I don't know, trade him some minerals for him to prep me this one, but it looks interesting. It looks pretty intact from what's exposed, and there's actually a crack here, so I'm wondering if I could pop this off and see what's underneath, but that might destroy it. I don't know. But yeah, little trilobite heads. Nothing crazy on the trilobites, but there were some people who found really, really nice trilobites. And actually, I'll put a picture up of the largest one that was found there, and it was huge, like a big boy. So I'll put a picture of that up right now. Here are some more random interesting tidbits. These two are some part of a crinoid stem, but last time I was there, I don't remember finding any of these ones where they have like these 3 spikes. So I took those home. Then I've got some like interesting goniatite, mini goniatites, or they're like the internal little part of it, and they're pyritized. Some of them you can really see the suture lines on. You can see how they're pyritized. They're like bronzy. And I've got this lovely little pyritized gastropod, or pyritized / calcified gastropod. Little guy, but he's intact. Just a little covered up in the matrix, but little cool, interesting tidbits. So we have reached the end of this video. Please, if you haven't already, if you've gotten this far, please consider subscribing, and I also thank you for getting this far in the video. Please also hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. And also please leave in the comments which fossils were your favorite fossils. Sorry, I can't speak English half the time. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.